As Labour's grip on the British public slips, more and more people are throwing their support behind Nigel Farage and reform. And guess who's not happy about it? Keir Starmer. He's now zeroed in on Nigel Farage and the Reform Party, taking aim at them during his speech at the Scottish Labour conference in Glasgow. Here, take a look at the clip and see the outright nonsense being spewed for yourself.
We all know what happens if we don't win this race. It's written into the fabric of every community in this nation. The skills jobs that disappear, the communities that lost their place in the world. Not just the security and dignity of their work, not just their pride and purpose, their identity. That's the price of inaction when the winds of change blow this hard. The price of losing the race for new industries. And look, this is political as well. If we don't show a path to the future, others will fill that void. In fact, they already are. A dangerous right-wing politics, even here in Scotland, that will say they are the ones who can tilt politics towards the interests of working people, even as their proposals do precisely the opposite. A politics which feeds off the failure of the free market, the failure of public services to reform, and above all, the failure to control borders properly. We have to be ready for this test conference, ready to point out that beneath their bluster, the alternative they offer is alien to working people. You want to know what Farage and Reform are doing on their rare visits to Parliament? They're voting against our employment rights bill. They talk the language of workers' rights online and on the doorstep, but they voted against banning fire and rehire. They voted against scrapping exploitative zero-hour contracts. They voted against sick leave and maternity pay. And what about the NHS? They want to charge people to use our NHS. They claim to be the party of patriotism, but they're fawning over Putin. No, they are not the answer for working people in Britain. And they are not the answer for Scotland. And contrast that with what you've seen from Anas and Jackie this weekend. What you've seen from the difference we're making in Westminster. And it's day and night. Only Labour can make the difference for working people. Only Labour will put more money in your pocket. Only Labour will fix our broken economy. Only Labour will secure our border. Only Labour can save our NHS, put police back on your streets, give our children the opportunities they deserve. Only Labour can deliver change for Scotland.
Nigel Farage wasted no time in hitting back at Keir, and here's what he had to say. How dare Starmer talk to us about jobs? Scotland has lost more than 70,000 jobs linked to the North Sea as a result of government net zero policies over the past decade. The remaining 30,000 workers directly employed in the North Sea and 90,000 jobs supported by the spending of oil and gas workers will be the cost of his net zero push. Starmer's disastrous budget kicks in on April the 1st and will cost even more jobs in Scotland because of his national insurance contribution rises imposed on businesses. His comments on the NHS are completely untrue. The Prime Minister must be getting desperate. Under Reform UK, the NHS will always be free at the point of use. Reform MP Lee Anderson also wasted no time in hitting back at Keir, and here is what he said. Free gear Keir has finally woken up to the threat of Reform UK. There is nothing dangerous about a party that wants to secure its borders, put police back on the street, and put British people first. Sir Keir is on borrowed time, and his current rants are the sign of a desperate man. Leave a like if you think this Labour government is the worst government in living memory. Let me know what you think below.